everybody, it is your girl here, GenuinelyDivine, coming at you today with a video all about love compatibility. This is a requested video, as all of my love compatibility videos are requested. The sun gives us great information, but is not the whole story. Whenever you're trying to get an accurate love compatibility reading, you definitely need to look at the whole entire chart. So in my video, I will be talking about Virgo woman in love with a Taurus man. Now, when I talk about it, I'm talking about it in a hyper way, meaning that Virgo woman has more than just her sun in the sign of Virgo, and Taurus man has more than just his sun in the zodiac sign of Taurus. Another tad bit of information that will actually help you guys to find a little bit more accurate readings online would be to look at your rising signs. That's going to be very important to try and get a little bit more insight of what is going to happen in your relationship. Now, for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome to my channel. I hope that you guys would subscribe to the channel. Also, those of you who are coming back, thank you so much for the continued support. So in this video, we're going to be talking about Virgo woman and Taurus man. So what happens when these two come together to form a love relationship? Is it a match made in heaven, or is it a match that heaven somehow rejected? Virgo is a woman of stability, a woman of loyalty, a woman of routine. She's the type of woman who likes to plant roots and see them sprout out to become beautiful. Taurus man is a man of sensuality. He's a man of hardworking dedication. He strives for materialistic gains in this realm of reality. When these two come together, they're naturally attracted to one another. Taurus man is very attracted to his Virgo woman, who's so very sensuous. You know, Virgo woman can be the type of woman, she's very earthy. She's the type of woman, she can wear a headscarf on her head and she's beautiful. You know, she's the type of woman who cares greatly about her hygiene and the way she's presenting herself to the world. Taurus man is a man of sensuality. He's a man who loves to activate the senses, you know. He's an earthy man who loves to lay down foundation. He's a grounded man. He loves stability. You bring both of these energies together, they actually have earth with earth, creating a strong foundation for a relationship. When you start building a relationship from solid ground, it helps you to not to break very easily. So Taurus man with Virgo woman, this relationship is a relationship that does not break very easy, if it breaks at all, okay? Now, when I look at the solar chart, these two, they line up perfectly with each other. I mean, all the air signs line up with an air sign, all the fire with fire. So these two definitely speak the same language. And even if they're not speaking the same language in some areas of their relationship, the language that they're speaking is actually, it coincides with the other person's language very well, that it actually creates something wonderful. Now, when it comes to their finances, I feel like Virgo woman is the type of woman, she's all about beauty. She's all about beautifying herself. She's all about improving the people around her, improving her life in some type of way, and that's what she values in life. So when it comes to her money, she can be the type of person who spend a lot of money on things that helps to improve her looks, her home, her family. She loves to spend money on those type of things, and that's what she values, okay? She also values the opinion of other people. She has Libra on the second house cusp when you're looking at the solar chart for Virgo. And she's the type of person, she's very intrigued by peace and harmony and just beauty altogether. Taurus man, on the other hand, when it comes to his finances, he's the type of guy, he actually probably have different streams of income coming in. He's the type of guy, he may work several different type jobs. He has Gemini on the second house cusp when you're looking at the solar chart. So there's dual activity when it comes to the finances for Taurus men. He's able to provide his Virgo woman with all of those beautiful things that she loves. He provides her with a beautiful home. He provides her with beautiful jewels, you know, beautiful clothing, just beautiful things. He is the one who actually can provide a lot to beautify Virgo woman's life. And this is exactly what she's looking for with Libra on that second house cusp, okay? So the Virgo woman is extremely intrigued with her Taurus man being that provider, being that sturdy foundation, adding to her already solid type foundation. She's very intrigued by this man. She's very happy to be with such a guy. I feel like these two actually feel like they've actually met their match, you know, the person that they can be with for a lifetime. One thing about the Taurus man having that Gemini on that second house cusp of values, that second house cusp of values, the house of values, there's another man inside of that Taurus man. Taurus man is the type of guy, he's gonna give his Virgo woman everything. He's gonna be that provider. He's gonna be that ultimate father, ultimate successful, working, dedicated type man. But there's another guy inside of Taurus man having Gemini on the second house cusp, which also aspects the eighth house, and Taurus man has Sagittarius there because air also represents freedom. So there's even though the Taurus man is all about home and he loved tradition, he loved, you know, the comforts, and he loved having a sturdy foundation, there's also a sense of wanting some freedom in the relationship as well. Not freedom in a way that he wants to disconnect at any time. He never wants to disconnect from his Virgo woman, but there's something inside of him that is very adventurous, very impulsive, because Gemini represents dual activity. So a lot of times the Taurus man can sometimes step outside of the relationship or the marriage, and sometimes he can carry on a full blown relationship with someone else, or he can just kind of like sometimes come off as being a cheater. Of course, if there are no malefic aspects in your chart and your rising signs are a little bit different, then this information can change. But just going off the solar chart alone, the Taurus man can sometimes be the one to step outside of the relationship, causing a lot of, you know, disagreements in the relationship. Now, Virgo woman being as strong and as sturdy as she is, and being the woman of improvements, being the woman who does not want to break her relationship. She's concerned about what other people think about her, having Libra on the second house cusp. So she's not going to be that person to leave her marriage because something has went wrong. She's going to work harder to try and improve her relationship. She's going to work harder to try to make this a solid foundation. She wants to create a beautiful picture, but she also wants it to be beautiful on the inside. And she's the type of woman, she will fake it until she make it. Now, another thing about this compatibility when it comes to their communication, a lot of times their conversations can go from one extreme to the next extreme, because first of all, especially if the Taurus man has stepped out at some point in time in their relationship, a lot of times it can cause a lot of disagreement or a lot of deep, intense conversations that kind of like escalate into a very emotional type situation, because Virgo has Scorpio on that third house cusp, and then Taurus has Cancer. So you have Pluto and the moon coming in when when it's time for them to communicate. Pluto is very cold, you know, and very transformative. And then you have the moon that is very moody. So you have this moody Cancer type energy coming from the Taurus man, and you have this very cold, transformative energy or obsessive energy coming from the Virgo woman. So whatever Virgo woman is obsessing over, either other people or relationships or just materialistic things or whatever the case may be, she may actually communicate that in a deep, intense type way, causing the Cancer person to withdraw sometimes and go into his shell and not really want to talk at all, or they just kind of like become combative. But one thing I like about this compatibility is they're fighting water with water. So they're either going to agree to disagree, or they're just going to create something beautiful. They're just gonna put their water together and create a pool of love. You know, I feel like that for most of these compatibilities. Okay, another thing about the Virgo woman is that her sun conjuncts the Taurus man's 5th house. This is a wonderful place to have a conjunction with your partner, because of the simple fact the sun being in the 5th house of romance, there's a strong possibility of marriage. And a lot of times these compatibilities do get married and they stay married a lot of times. So this is a very beautiful, and Taurus man, his sun falls into Virgo's 9th house of, you know, philosophical views, you know, and things in travel and things of that nature. So Taurus man actually he really and truly admires his Virgo woman. His admiration for her is endlessly, you know, and it's a beautiful pairing. It's definitely a compatibility that was made for marriage. And if they make it to that point where they do tie the knot or create some type of strong commitment, a relationship is almost unbreakable. Because Virgo woman, she's not gonna leave. She don't like to leave. She don't like to leave things. She's an analyst. She likes to analyze the situation. She likes to get to the core of it, and she likes to build it back up. So this compatibility can constantly find in themselves transforming. They go through a lot of different trials and tribulations in the relationship. But I feel like it's just because this is such a strong dynamic when the two of them come together, and it's so powerful together. The tests are just to strengthen you guys, so that you can realize and you can know that you guys were made to be together, and it's not going, you know, nothing can come through and tear you guys down. Yes, you may go through a lot of transformations, you know, there may have been some cheating, there may have been some ups and downs in the relationship, but yet you guys still love each other enough to try and make it work. And I feel like this is what happens with the Taurus man in a relationship with a Virgo woman. When it comes to the bedroom scene, I feel like it's extremely passionate. There's a lot of passion there because they have fire in these houses. So it's very passionate. You have Virgo woman who's very impulsive. She's young in nature when it comes to, you know, sex and intimacy. She wants to be caressed. She wants to be adventurous, you know, with her Taurus man, because he's extremely adventurous. He's the archer when it comes to the bedroom. He's all about exploring, you know, and then it's intensified with his sensuality coming from his Taurus sun energy. So it's a very dynamic situation, you know, it's a very passionate, it's a very hot, steamy, passionate situation when it comes to the bedroom. So these two have a lot of great energy together. They have a lot of great things coming and working together. And if there's no malefic aspects in the charts working against you guys, I feel like even with the communication, it actually can be pretty good between the two, because you guys are either going to be arguing about something that happened in the past, or you guys are going to be talking about things that really, you know, like those deep, intense, you guys gonna have those deep, intensified conversation that really makes you guys connect stronger with one another. But overall, I just feel like this is really a really good relationship. When it comes to you guys' children, I feel like there's a lot of structure when it comes to the children. I feel like because you guys, Virgo woman has Capricorn on the 5th, and then Taurus man has Virgo there. I feel like you guys actually create a lot of structure for your children. I feel like they're, you know, they're gonna be very, you know, very well taken care of. There's a routine that has to be put in place. I feel like because there's earth energy there, they are growing up in a very solid foundation. You know, they're gonna have a very solid type foundation that they're gonna grow up in. I feel like both parents are going to be actively working in the children's life. I don't feel like it's just gonna be one parent doing everything. I feel like there's going to be a combination of the two working together to raise their children, to give them the best life that they possibly can. I see these two as the two that actually takes turn in the kitchen. Like, I'll cook this night, or you cook tonight. I just really like this compatibility. But in all actuality, if I had my choice, I would give the Taurus energy to the woman and then the Virgo energy to the man. I like it that way better, and mainly because Taurus is a feminine sign, just like Virgo is. Taurus has a feminine ruler as well. So Taurus man is carrying the divine feminine energy, and then you have Virgo, who is a feminine energy, but also Mercury is masculine energy. So you kind of like have Virgo woman kind of like taking on some of the masculine, you know, a little bit more of the divine masculine type energy in the relationship, and sometimes she can want to actually control in the relationship. And I feel like this is where some of their struggles may come in. They may have a few power struggles here, but however or whichever, I still feel like it is definitely a relationship worth fighting for. It is a relationship that is definitely going to be able to stand the test of times. So the question is it a match made in heaven, or is it a match that heaven rejected? This is a match made in heaven. And that's all I have for you guys. So until the next time, you guys, I wish you so much love, peace, and so many wonderful blessings. Bye.
Push your